Unbelievably, we are still on task 4. This is task 4C. I don't know what was going on at Craig and Dave on that day. Someone wanted 4 tasks. They already said, no, that's too much. They're like, why don't we make one task with 4 parts? Completely different. This one is also very difficult to test. Modify the simulation constructor to introduce logic which prevents multiple food sources from being put into the same cell. So the problem is that it's very difficult to test. You just help that. I mean, there's a fair chance that in the 5x5, one of the three are going to collide, but here they should be distributed. Um, so let's have a look. I've already renamed it. I've got my file here. We're in the simulation class, its constructor. We've got all of the parameters for the simulation there. So number of tests, the size, how much food in the nest, and then the stuff that's interesting to us, the number of food cells, and that's used at the bottom where we got to count for this. And then this we avoid because the first nest is always at 2, 4. So we start here and we draw a number at random across the grid. And if it's 2, 4, obviously we kind of do it again. And if it's not 2, 4, we just add the food to the cell, which means that if we might hit the same place twice, in which case it adds up because add food to cell just calls update food in cell that we remember from, did we remember it from from just the other one where we make the food decay. So that shouldn't be too complicated, right? So what you're just doing here, okay, so this is, you need to go into self.grid. I mean, basically I'm looking at this, right? To access the cell object, it lives in that array and it lives at an index that you get from this private. Yeah, those are protected. I think this is really private, whatever. Method here, get index row column, which is super useful because just kind of they store it as a flat data structure because there's other languages involved in this code. So it's in self.grid. We're just basically just going to pick this, right? This is actually literally just this. Um, so I'm going to check if there's some food in the cell. Let me get the cell first. And then this is get, class cell, get amount of food. Okay, well that's fairly self-explanatory. I could have remembered that. Get amount of food. Yeah, it's all everywhere over the code. Where was my constructor? Simulation 70. We at bottom of the constructor. Get amount of food. Bracket. So if this is larger than 0, we're just starting the simulation, right? Like it started empty. So if it's larger than 0, we literally just put, what's the problem here? No, there's no problem. We literally just put some food in. So what I'm going to do is then to get into this, this is all for space indented. Oh no, I'm going to, don't like this at all. Sorry. Yeah, so if there is some food in the cell, I'm skipping. I want to loop again, so I'm just going to set row to 2. Yeah, I'm going to take those 2 lines basically. Oof. I think I messed up the indent here, and else. Yeah, there should be an if, right? That's you would have noticed the problem. So after I've drawn something that's not a 2 and a 4, I check whether there's some food in it, and if there is, I set it back to a 2 or 4, so it's going to go in there, and that else needs to be Oh no, that's not going to loop because I'm not in the while. No. No, that's fine. That's fine. I got this. And then I say, well, I'll just say, like, once there's some food in the thing, actually, do you know what? I'm just going to put an or here. That's helpful because another reason to loop around and draw a new thing would be or this condition, right? If there's some food in the thing, and if that's the case, we draw again. And then once we find something that's not 2, 4 and that there's no food in there, then we add the food to the cell at the level of the while. I'm feeling confident about this particular change. Okay. Solution number one. And is that 500, 500, 500? I mean, does that prove anything? No, but this is what they've asked us to test. So this will have to be good enough for task 4C. Jeez. All right, looking forward to 4D. Do you want a 4D of the back of it? I don't know what it looks like. It feels like I've shortchanged you because it's only 5 minutes. Let's look at the diff. Well, that's just it. That's just that. It's just, it's just you kind of know what. Yeah, I mean, but again, if I hadn't changed anything, you normally you need to run it a whole bunch of time to make sure you don't find a cell with a thousand or 1500 even. But yeah, that's such a simple thing. So yeah, that's it for 4C, and I'm going to be recording 4D right after. I'm very much looking forward to this. Additionally, all right. So it's just this is another bit of the. Okay. Yeah, right. See you for 4D.